Truth is the rock foundation of every great character. The earth, the sun, the moon is supported by the power of truth. They are the reality of life that is related to our life as we are the creature of the same universe. Truth has a great power that can make anything possible. There are many stories related to the truth. So friends, let's listen to one of the all-time great story of a king and his son. Once upon a time, in the kingdom in India, there lived a kind and a joyful king. One day, he decided to take a break from his royal duties and went on a picnic in enchanting forest. The forest was a magical place, filled with vibrant flowers, towering trees, and evergreen fruits that brought immense joy to the king. As the king immersed himself in the beauty of nature, he ventured deeper into the forest. Losing sight of his companion, soon he found himself alone. Surrounded only by the sounds of the wood, the king followed the sound of the lovely voice. He heard the sweet voice of a young woman. She was singing as she was collected firewood. When he finally come upon the singer of the song, he saw that she was a beautiful fair young woman. The king fell deeply in love with her. Over time, they become close and their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship. The king, enchanted by her spirit, became the father of her child. Later, the king confessed that he was lost in the forest and told the young woman that he was the king of a kingdom. She gave him direction for getting back to his place. The king gave her his valuable signet ring and said, "If you give birth to a baby girl, sell this ring and use the money to bring her up well. And if your child is born to be a baby boy, then bring it to me along with the ring for identification." So saying that, he departed for his kingdom. As the time passed, the firewood woman gave birth to a cute little baby boy. Being a humble and shy woman, she hesitated to take him to the grand court in the kingdom, but carefully kept the king's signet ring. As the boy grew up, he faced teasing and mistreatment from other children in the village. Due to his mother being unmarried, they mocked him, calling him no father boy. Your name should be no father boy. This caused the little boy deep shame and sadness. He often ran home crying to his mother. One day, he told her how the other children called him no father boy, no father boy. Your name should be no father boy. Then his mother said, "Don't be ashamed, my son. You are not just an ordinary little boy. Your father is a king." The little boy was surprised and he asked his mother, "Do you have any proof?" So she told him about the father giving her a signet ring, and that is if the baby boy is born, she should bring him to the kingdom along with the ring as a proof. The little boy said, "Let's go then." She agreed, and next day they are set out for the kingdom. The next day, mother and son embarked on the journey to the king's palace. Upon reaching, they expressed their desire to meet the king. The gatekeeper informed the king about the firewood woman and her son's visit. The royal assembly hall was filled with minister and advisor. The woman approached to the king and reminded the king of their time in the forest and declared, "Your Majesty, here this is your son." The king was ashamed in front of all the ladies and gentlemen of his court. So even though he knew that the woman spoke the truth, he said, "He is not my son." Then the young woman told him the signet ring as a proof. The king, once again ashamed, refused to acknowledge it and claiming it was not his ring. Then the poor woman thought to herself, "I have no witness and no evidence to prove what I say. I have only my faith in the power of truth." So she proposed a daring test. She told to the king that, "I will throw the boy up into the air. If he is your real son, then he will remain in the air. And if he is not your own son, then he will fall down to the ground and will die." In a moment, the woman threw the boy up into the air. To everyone's amazement, the boy started floating on the air, sitting cross-legged in the mid-air without falling. Everyone in the assembly hall was astonished by the miracle. Now the son said, "My lord, I am indeed a son born to you. You take care of many people who are not related to you. You even maintain countless elephant, horse, and other animals, and yet you do not think of looking and after raising your own son. Please take care of me and my mother." The king, humbled by the truth of boy's powerful words, he overwhelmed and realized his fault. In this way, the king and all the courts learned the power of truth. The king welcomed his son into his arm. He went directly from mid-air to the father's arm. With his son seated in his lap, the kingdom announced that he would be the crown prince and his mother would be the number one queen. This profound lesson in the power of truth resonated throughout the kingdom, turning it into the place of honesty and justice. As the time passed, the king passed away one day, and the grown up crown prince, now known as King No Father Boy, ruled the kingdom with generosity and wisdom. So, friends, the moral of the story tells that the truth is always stronger than 1,000 lies and keep us motivated all the time in our life. Thank you for watching and stay happy.